Savlamar, Westmoreland are appealing to the authorities to address a drainage issue in the town which has worsened in recent months. With just weeks to go to the start of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, the people say there needs to be urgent intervention. It was just a few months ago, Councillor for the Savlamar Division Julian Chang issued an appeal to local government Minister Desmond McKenzie and the municipal corporation to clean the drains in and around the parish capital. To this day, her cries have gone unanswered, forcing business operators to now take the same stand. They told us that a number of roads in Savlamar are currently impossible for pedestrians because of puddles of water settled on sidewalks and the roadway. Notably, it's been over 24 hours since it last rained in the area, and when it did, the showers were light.
It's not raining, no, and it's flooding. So you can imagine when it starts raining, the entire road is flooding.
We even get here for concrete, just in mess ready there. Nothing else.
But the water just come and just flood it back.
Yes, I look over there so now. You see people see young man walk and he have to turn back because he have nowhere there to go.
This is along Great George's Street, one of the most problematic roadways where blocked drains are concerned. When we spoke to Councillor Chang earlier today, she told us that she's planning to raise the issue again in a general council meeting today. The matter is of great concern, she says, as some residents are planning a demonstration.
So you think the drain needs to be clean?
Yeah, man, it needs to be clean, man. I want to be clean, it needs to be clean.
When you see all these trees also are growing out, you realize it's a good while clean. Something needs to be done because it affects everybody. Even if passer by them, they walk on the sidewalk, they have to walk out in a road because the walkway is not available for them.
Now, efforts to get a response from Mayor of Savlamar, Delancee, were unsuccessful.
No, Mr. Ingram. Good morning. Good morning, CDE Ingram.
Morning, DUJON. How you doing?
I'm there, Mr. Ingram. No, Mr. Ingram.
I see have a lovely picture in the background here, man. The leader himself.
Yes, Mr.
Thank you very much.
I want to set here, moderators, hold the floor. Do not add anyone until I say. See? All right, cool. Now, Mr. Ingram, may I go appeal to your better judgment this morning as an elder, a man who could have been my father. See? And as a Jamaican, I am hoping to appeal to your patriotism this morning, Mr. Ingram. Now, I want you to look into this, Mr. Ingram. The PNP have held the municipal corporation in Savlamar for 36 years, Mr. Ingram. And today, a PNP councillor, or yesterday, a PNP councillor that won with a large majority, meaning that the people put their trust in her to lead them and to do the work that they elected her to do. Today you have a PNP councillor, Mr. Ingram, having to go over the head of a PNP mayor because the PNP mayor have something personal against that councillor. So, Mr. Ingram, how does the people, or how should the people of Savlamar feel this morning, knowing that they put their trust in the PNP and the mayor of Savlamar is refusing to do the work of the people?
But you have just advised that the councillor can go ahead and do what they want to do in their jurisdiction. Didn't you say that? That yes, the councillor can go ahead and do what they have to be done. So the mayor can't stop them from doing what they do.
I said that once they have the funding, they can do that, Mr. Ingram. You never listen. See?
But funds are mandatory. Funds. I have a councillor friend, you know. They get the money to work, you know, do their work, you know.
Mr.
The
Ingram,
mayor don't stop it. The mayor can't stop it.
The councillor are giving, I believe, somewhere along 400,000 or something like that.
Yes.
See? Monthly.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Ingram, you're a big man, me a big man. I'm going to ask you this, Mr. Ingram. What can 400,000 do for 2,000 people?
Well, that is what. Well, that is one of the main reasons we're going to change this administration, because the inadequate funds. We need more funds
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Ingram. When your administration was there, how much funding was given?
I'm not. It's 9 years ago. I don't have all those details for me right now. But the procedure is that the new leader who is coming, who have never been led before in this capacity, has promised that he's going to, first and foremost, cut out the corruption that exists right now.
I'm going to tell you, Mr. Ingram. 9 years ago or 10 years ago, when you held government, councillors was not given any funding for themselves.
No, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. Your administration locked down. Your administration locked down the municipality, you know. Remember?
Mr. Ingram.
You remember that?
Mr. Ingram. 9 or 10 years ago, when you held government, councillors was not given independent funding. That is an absolute fact. They had to go through the municipal corporation.
No, what I'm saying to you, sir, what I'm saying to you, that this administration has no interest in local government. They lock down local government, you know.
In what way, Mr. Ingram? Explain to us in what way.
This administration locked down local government, man. Local government never exists.
Explain to you know.
Under the JLP administration, local government has no significance. They didn't exist. It's the PMP, it's the People's National Party that kept local government in Jamaica alive and well.
You keep saying they didn't exist, Mr. Ingram. Tell us in what way they did not exist.
Because the JLP government locked it down, they didn't support it. You
okay,
forget?
Mr. Ingram.
Oh,
Mr.
you wouldn't know what to say. You're a young boy, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Let me just say this to you now. No, my uncle that died last year.
Sorry to hear.
That was given a posthumous award or a posthumous award by the government.
I know what you mean.
See? He worked for the government of Jamaica for many years. And for that many years that he worked, a lot of those years, the PNP was in charge. And he worked for the local government, which is the parish council. Mr. Ingram, my father, Othniel Dawes, 47 years of service my father gave to the Westmoreland Parish Council. And he died. And he died 2016, Mr. Ingram. See? So how did the Parish Council not exist under the Jamaica Labour Party? Tell us, Mr. Ingram.
No, what I'm saying to you, man, I'm not talking about the inapt, in and out. I'm saying that the JLP administration did not support local government. So it's rather ironic. It's rather ironic that you are here championing the cause of local government.
So
that's not the policy. That's not the policy of your government. Your administration don't support local government. Yes.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Ingram, because you're older than me and you're there for a long time. Let me ask you a question.
Very much so.
I'll ask you to explain again, but listen to this. The last local government election between PJ Patterson and Edward Siaga, who won that local government election, Mr. Ingram?
The last local government between PJ Patterson, when I don't recall. I don't recall right now. Oh God, explain.
Can somebody recall for Mr. Ingram? Can anybody recall for Mr. Ingram?
I don't recall. Remind me.
You can recall for him that night.
So that was okay. So that I strongly remember, that and I don't quote more to dates, but I know the JLP administration do not support local government. That's a fact.
In what way, Mr. Ingram, we come back to it now? In what way do they not support local government?
They literally lock it down.
How? When we can still sit in front of it?
Explain to
That's
us.
a matter of record, I don't remember the details right now, but that's a matter of record.
What the record say?
That's a matter of record.
Mr. Ingram, where do we find this record, Mr. Ingram?
It's in the archives, man.
Wait, what the archives?
It's in the annals of Jamaica that the JLP government did not support local government. That's a fact. Everybody know that.
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Ingram. While Edward Siaga in the 80s realized that the PNP was funneling money through the parish council,
In the
And listen to this.
80s?
And
In
listen
the
to this, Mr.
80s?
Ingram.
In
Listen to
the
this, Mr.
80s?
Ingram. Yes,
In the
Mr. Ingram.
80s?
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Ingram. In the
Okay.
Oh,
80s,
personal learn, Mr. Ingram.
in the 80s, Mr. Ingram, Edward Seaga realized that the PNP was using backdoor channels to take
That's
money
a
out
bad
of
example
the,
you're using, you know.
to
That's
take
a bad
money out of the.
example.
Mr.
Hold on, man.
Ingram.
You're using a bad example,
Listen, Mr.
Jordan.
Ingram. Listen, me I
Carry
go get
on.
up. Me I go get up a paperwork and show you after, but me just explain it to you. Because you know me love to do that, you know, Mr. Ingram. Me love to prove people wrong. See? So in the
You can't
80s,
prove me wrong.
in
The
the 80s,
PNP,
when,
the
hold
JLP,
on,
the JLP was the only government
Brother,
that
let the
controlled
man
60
finish.
hold on,
Let
constituencies
Mr.
him
in
mute
Ingram.
Jamaica.
him. Come on here. What you saying now?
Hold on, Mr.
Mute
Ingram.
him, man.
No, in the 80s, Mr. Ingram, Edward Seaga decided that, you know, we are going to try and ditch the local government because too much corruption was happening in the localities. You know,
Okay.
and we see it
Okay.
up to even the other day where $1 billion was funneled through to criminals in the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation by members of the People's National Criminal Organization. No more want if you listen to this, Mr. Ingram.
Be careful. My lawsuit, because that information is in the hand of the
You can
police.
sue me, Mr. Ingram.
That's an
Me
investigative
have
matter.
one boxers and a full of hole. Then can sue me feed. See? So every time breeze blow, me feel Mr. Ingram, because my jaws then full of hole. So if they want two of them, they can get it. See? Let me just say this to you, Mr. Ingram. I want you to point me to one time in history where a JLP run municipal corporation, now we are talking about parish council, where money went missing. Point and show me, Mr. Ingram.
I do not have the details of those things, and I don't speak without facts. But one thing I know the fact, during the 80s, it was the JLP who was fully in charge of all 60
All right,
seats in government.
let me
Remember?
point you to a couple things.
You remember that though?
Let me point you to a couple things, Mr. Ingram. Yes, me hear about him. Me never alive, me hear.
Yeah, man. It was the JLP alone, all 60 constituencies was controlled by the government.
When we talk about government, Mr. Ingram, we're talking about local government. Why you have muddy the water?
Make him muddy water. Let me point him to something now, Mr.
It
Ingram.
can't be muddy what, Dojan.
Mr. Ingram, hold on, man. Let me point you to something.
In the 1980s, the Jamaica Labour Party.
Mr. Ingram, yes, we understand. JLP had complete control of Jamaica, and they did very well to bring back Jamaica from the brink of collapse in the 1980s. Now, you can't fool some people, and you can't fool others, because some of us are well versed and well read, so we understand. Now, Mr. Ingram, I ask you to point to one time in history where a JLP run municipal corporation where money went missing, and you could not point to any. Now, I'm going to point to a few. $450 million stolen from the Manchester Municipal Corporation. See? And it took the JLP government to come into power to send someone to prison for that. See? $830 million missing out of the Hanover Municipal Corporation run by the PNP. Westmoreland is yet to be audited, but I guarantee you when Westmoreland is audited, billions of dollars would be missing as well, Mr. Ingram. $1 billion have been missing out of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation run by the People's National Criminal Organization. Money also went missing at the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, Mr. Ingram. And just the other day in the local government election, we caught Mr. Swaby in a hot spot where monies was funneled out of the municipal corporation to fight an election, Mr. Ingram, which is illegal under Jamaica law, and nothing was done. Unmute yourself, Mr. Ingram. Unmute yourself, now, Mr. Ingram.
Dojan, whoever you have muting the mic, control your herd.
You have to listen to and give way. I'm going to allow you to talk. Go ahead.
I'm not been speaking. I am not speaking.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Ingram.
Thank you. All I'm saying, during the 1980s, your argument is flawed. During the 1980s, the Jamaica Labour Party controlled the entire 60 seats in government. It means that they were fully in charge in government.
We're talking about local government.
Yes, yeah, but the government is in charge.
No, but
You can't
Ingram, the
divorce that.
government
The
is not in
government have
charge of. The
authority.
government is
The
not in charge
government
of.
have
Mr.
authority.
Ingram,
let me ask
Mr.
my question.
Ingram, let me ask you this: is the government in charge of the municipal corporation down there?
Yes, sir, they're in charge. They're in
How,
government.
Mr.
Right.
Ingram,
Explain to the people how they are in charge, Mr.
how
Ingram.
government in
If the
charge?
government control all 60 seats in government,
Mr.
they
Ingram,
are
that's
the
not the
there
question
was
I
no
asked you.
hold on.
Hold
There
on,
was
let me.
no opposition.
Yeah, but how them control local government, Mr. Ingram? That
There
was a
was no opposition. It
Mr.
means that they are the
Ingram.
government in charge.
Mr. Ingram, you're a big grown man, you know. You're supposed to know the difference
The
between
issue
local
of me being a grown man has nothing to do with the conversation.
You don't
We are
listen
not
to
discussing age and date here now. We are
with
having a
respect, Mr.
discussion
Ingram.
about local government
Sir,
and
hold on.
administration. We
Mr.
are not
Ingram,
discussing
All right, give
age.
way, Mr. Ingram. Give way, Mr. Ingram. Go ahead, Dartney.
say I can't reason with the man. It's like a brick wall, Virgin. I just ask the man, say, how central government control local government? Explain that to it. Explain that to it, please. That's all I'm asking for. Go ahead, Mr. Ingram, please.
If you allow me to explain, and if you
Go ahead.
give yourself that, if you listen with your ear and shut your mouth, you will
Go
hear.
ahead, sir. With respect, you don't need to be rude, enough, sir.
I'm not being rude.
Being very
I'm
rude.
saying listen with your ear
Go ahead.
and close your mouth for the time being. You've been talking for you come here and you're not listening. Listen.
Mr. Ingram, you have the floor. Go ahead now. Tell we. Ask the question again.
During the 80s,
Yes.
the Jamaica Labour Party was in government. They were in charge of the government. There was no opposition. It means that they could do what they did, what they will. And for you to be telling the country here now that during the time when the Jamaica Labour Party was fully in charge of government in its entirety, the local government was able to rob. Listen and stop talking and listen and learn. You're telling the country that during the period when the Jamaica Labour Party was fully in charge of all seats in government and they were fully in administration, the local government, the local municipality was able to do what they do to the extent where they rob millions of dollars. One, two. After that sojourn of the JLP alone in government, the PMP came in and swashed them out by far. It was a clean sweep of the house. What would have caused that? If you were there for the entire, if you were there serving so long and doing so well as the total government in charge, and then in the next election you were thrown out.
Mr. Ingram, hold on, Mr. Ingram, give way now. Mr. Ingram, I just told you of 6 occasions where money was stolen from the people of Jamaica by the People's National Criminal Organization. You said we had complete control in the 80s and millions of dollars was missing. I want you to give us one example of where millions of dollars was missing. Give us one municipal corporation where millions of dollars.
No, I did not say millions. I did not say that. What I said, you said that millions of dollars were missing in the municipality. And I'm saying if the JLP is in charge of central government, they are the persons in charge. You are telling Jamaica that the local government was able to rob the country while they were fully in charge of government in its entirety. That's what you're telling us. That's
Mr. Ingram, you're misleading the public.
DUJON,
I am misleading.
Mr. Ingram is just a damn liar. And him know him. Mr. Ingram, DUJON, read you some cases right
what
now.
What on earth am I lying about here? I'm speaking what you said.
No.
I'm speaking to what you said.
No, which part the money are missing. Every time the man tell you which part the money missing today, you talk about when you did in charge back in the 80s. We are talking about presently now where the PMP hands are in the pockets of the people that thief out the money out of the local government corporation. Response so now. Talk about when you did in charge back then and that. That's a foolishness, but we're not going to debate upon that because you are trying to muddy the water. We are talking about the St. Catherine $1 billion. The countless amount of we don't count too much Mr. KSSC yet. We don't count too much Mr. Westmoreland yet. $400 million down Manchester.
Chuck, never telling now, there was a local government. local government was in place. The only election that Michael Manley boycott was a general election. So we had councils. Damn lie. Me a 71-year-old. Me older than you.
And Mr. Pang,
Mr.
Mr.
Pang.
Pang.
Tell him.
Nobody going at the 80s with it. We are discussing now. This one now, which part the money them are missing all around. Which part the Mayor Kingston then I walk around the Central Kingston and give out down envelope. I can't say see money.
Uncle Chuck, what you say, you know? What you say, you know? Wanna ask him when him think municipal cooperation mean? Municipal cooperation. When him think that mean? Come to Mr. Ingram, your time. And when they will give him way, when they call him
Mr.
now.
Ingram, unmute yourself, Mr. Ingram. I will mute him, because I'm in my ball now, so people are mute him. Unmute yourself, Mr. Ingram.
It is called common courtesy, you know. It is called common courtesy. You need to allow me to be a moderator. You see the difference. Allow me to be a moderator on your show.
Not
And you
on
see
this
the
live,
difference.
Mr. Ingram.
Allow me to be. You know, I would build it. I would regulate it properly. No,
No,
listen.
Mr. Ingram.
I mean, listen. Hold on. You guys missing totally what I'm saying. I don't know. I can be accused of lying. All I'm saying, I'm acceding to what you said. I'm acceding totally to what you said. But you use a bad example, because in the 80s, it was the JLP that controlled all 60
No,
seats
Mr.
in
Ingram,
government.
you're missing. Listen, there was a local government election called in 1970 something. Chuck gone, but Chuck can't give me the specifics. No, saying Mr. Ingram, every 5 year or every 4 year we have local government elections, right?
Where?
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica? Check your facts,
Yeah.
man. Check your facts.
How much year we have?
Check your facts.
How much year we have local government election, Mr. Ingram?
Dujan, I don't remember. In Jamaica, check your facts, Dujan.
No, hold
In
on.
Jamaica.
Hold on, me lead you to somewhere now. Now, if there was a local government election call in the 70s, see, Mr. Ingram, the next local government election was called in 1976, I am sure, 1986, I am sure. So in 1980, when we won the general election, that's the only election you guys boycotted, you know. See? So the parish council elections would have called, and the PNP won the 1986 local government elections. They won it, Mr. Ingram. So they were in control of the municipalities from 1986. We had 13 parish council seats, just like we have 13 parish council seats now. And they won 10 of them in 1986, Mr. Ingram. Mr. Ingram, you've been alive longer than me. You should have known all of these things.
Dojan, you're missing the point. Dojan, you're conflicting yourself. If the government of the day is the Jamaica Labour Party and they control all the strings of government, they are in charge. They control all the country. It means that they are in charge.
The PNP
Are you telling Jamaica?
the general election, Mr. Ingram. They only boycotted the general election.
But you're missing the point I'm making, sir. Are you telling Jamaica that while the Jamaica Labour Party was the only members who control all the constituency, you are saying that even in that environment, the PNP was able to thief?
So they're not thief now, and we control almost all I see them inside.
You realize I've totally ignored the issue about PNP thieving now? Because the Ministry of Finance is under investigation for misappropriating $1 billion, Mr. Ingram. And the Jamaica Labour Party is fully in control of government and cabinet now. So how they thief the $1 billion, Mr. Ingram? Explain to Jamaica. No, you explain to Jamaica.
I will explain to Jamaica. They are responsible for...
explain to Jamaica. How is
PNP in St. Catherine is responsible for the municipal corporation, which is separate from our government, from our government. They was given a mandate They were voted in
My
by the people
understanding,
independent
Dujan,
and
what you're
government.
saying is absolute foolishness.
No,
The
Mr.
matter
Ingram,
in Spanish Town, is is currently being investigated by the police. The matter in Spanish Town is
Mr.
currently
Ingram,
being
Mr.
investigated by the
Ingram,
police.
hold on,
Am I
hold that,
right?
mate. Mr. Ingram, did the police say $1 billion went missing?
Hold on. The police cannot, whatever the police said.
Mr. Ingram, yes or no? Did the police say $1
No,
billion
you don't
is missing?
argue like that, Dujan. Stop.
Mr. Ingram, did the police say $1 billion is missing?
Don't argue like that, Dujan. You're
Mr.
defeating
Ingram,
your,
who is
you're
responsible for the
defeating your
municipal
cause. You're
corporation?
defeating your cause.
How may I defeat my cause, Mr. Ingram?
Because the police cannot determine something.
Mr. Ingram, Mr. Ingram, yes or
The
no? Did the
police
police
cannot
say $1 billion
determine
is missing?
something. The
Ingram,
police
yes
would have
or no?
identified some evidence.
Did the police say $1 billion is missing, Mr. Ingram?
Hello, we are not in a thing the country now.
Mr. Ingram,
Dujan,
did the police say
This
$1
is a
billion
Dujan,
went
society.
missing?
can speak?
Go ahead.
This is a
Dujan,
civil
can I ask a
society.
question?
This is a
Yeah,
civil
man, go ahead.
society.
Ingram, big
Good
up,
morning,
man.
good
Dujan,
morning,
big up
the
on your
engineer.
platform.
Good morning,
Yeah,
the
man.
engineer. Good morning.
Ingram, I want to understand your position properly. All
Thank
right?
you.
So,
Yeah, Emma, you have sense, man. You have
you-
sense. You have sense.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
sense.
Me or yes. But let me understand it. No, me we understand. And me get a chance to talk, you get a chance to talk. So we have a GLP that's in charge of central government, and you have a number of municipalities controlled by the PNP. Now, is it that you're saying that if funds go missing under a PNP municipality, that the government, the central government, is still responsible? Is that your argument?
My time to talk now?
Yeah, man. That's it.
Good.
We both going to talk.
The central government would be in charge of overall administration of the country. They would be the ones who would give money to local government. They will be the one who local government is answered to. Because they are central government, the Ministry of Finance have ultimate responsibility in the funds run by this country, and it goes through the permanent secretary. So therefore, if the municipality is robbing and doing things erroneous and robbing the nation, it is the central government prerogative and duty to bring that to the fore and to take the appropriate action. That's a fact.
No, man. No. Big man. We're not asking about repercussions. We say who would be at fault? Who is the main culprit would be at fault if a municipality ends up losing money or money goes missing under a municipality? We're not talking about when the auditing process is finished, how action will be taken. We are asked who would have been at fault for the initial issue.
The engineer, you know better than that. The issue of fault is not being questioned here now. Ultimately, the buck stops somewhere. The buck stops somewhere.
It's not weird. Where is that weird, Mr. Ingram?
No.
Where?
Big up one question, please.
Doc.
Bi-
No, blue.
Just a minute, one
just
question
wait,
to Mr.
Blue.
One,
Just wait a minute, no man. Blue, just wait a minute.
Yeah,
So
Bertrand, that's
let me no blue. Just wait a minute, blue. Blue, may I beg you just wait a minute. Back to you, Ingram.
Yes.
Ingram, you there? So
I'm
let me
here,
get
man.
this right. So you're saying that because the GLP government is in charge of central government,
Yes.
you're saying even when a PNP municipality is at fault in missing money, you're saying the central government should still be the one that is responsible for
Yes,
that.
so
Correct?
I'm saying that central government.
Correct, Ingram. That's your logic,
My
right?
logic is that when it comes to the administrative process and the issue of responsibility, the Ministry of Finance,
Ingram.
the Ministry of Finance is
We're not
ultimate.
arguing. No, Ingram.
It
we're
don't
not-
work another way.
Ingram, just relax the man. We're not arguing.
I'm fully relaxed.
Ingram,
It
I'm
doesn't
trying to
work any other
understand
way.
something.
It doesn't work
No,
any
no,
other
but
way.
you're answering something I didn't
It
ask.
doesn't work any other
No,
way.
but you're answering
I'm answering exactly
Ingram.
what you asked.
No, Ingram, just give us both a chance to talk. If me talk on top of you, nobody now go hear the answer.
I spoke after you
Vice
had said
versa.
I should.
Yeah,
I
no, but
spoke
you what?
after the
No, no,
question,
you.
sir.
No, but you're not listening. It's a simple yes or no answer. You have said a lot, and now we can just back it up with a yes or no. So is it that you're saying that once you have a party that's in charge of central government, if a municipality under the control of opposition party should end up with missing money, then central government is still responsible? Is that your logic? Yes or no? Ingram, you hear the question, right? It's a simple yes or no question.
I take a long time to mute the mic. That's why it's happening. And I don't know who Dujon, I appeal to you again. Get somebody with sense to control the mic. They are muting me consistently, and it's annoying.
But Mr.
Let me
Ingram,
wrap them.
tell
Let me,
Mr. Ingram,
Ingram,
when
Mr.
you hear
Ingram,
somebody
hold
call,
on,
just
Jam.
look away, you know.
Hold on,
Hey,
Jam.
Travi,
Yes,
make him
Medea,
just
good
answer and
morning.
then you can.
Morning,
Travi, make him just
Medea,
done my
Mr.
answer
Ingram.
and then you take over.
No, the engineer, you get it. Let me just notify Ingram that I'm
No,
here.
Travi,
just
I'm
The
begging you.
engineer,
Let the man,
the
Travi,
engineer, me
let the
not ask
man,
him no question. Me just a simply make him know say me there here, and
let
him a
him
go talk when
finish.
I see him turn. Him a go talk when I see him turn.
Let
Good.
him finish and then you can go at him. Go ahead, Graham. Simple yes or no. So your logic is that once a party is in charge of central government, even if the opposition thief up money at the municipality level, that in your opinion, central government is to be blamed. Correct? Is that your logic, boss?
it's not a matter of logic. It's a matter of basic administrative function.
Okay,
It's
so
not,
I'll take that
just
as a
party.
yes.
It's not
No,
just
take
party.
that as a yes. All right,
The
Travi and
JLP,
Blue. We can go and deal with it now.
Come in that night and then Chavi. Come in that night.
Go on through, Travi. Go on
oh,
through.
Dujon, beg you one question, Dujon,
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
Mr.
ask.
Pang, and then Chavi. Go ahead, Mr.
Oh, Mr. Ingram, how does local government get it funding? Mr. Ingram, how does local
Unmute
government
yourself,
get
Mr. Ingram,
its
unmute.
funding?
Mr. Ingram, me invite if you unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Mr. Ingram. Mr. Ingram upset and I cry for him, mommy.
How local government is funded, Mr. Ingram? That's the only question I want to answer.
Probably a Google it. Unmute yourself, Mr. Ingram, and come in, man. Mr. Ingram, unmute yourself and come in and come out of the comment section. And Chavi might run from people. Anytime Chavi come, Mr. Ingram start shaking in boots, you know.
Anyway, local government fund from fees, taxes, like what we pay at the transportation taxes, market,
Property taxes.
advertisement, the billboards and all of them
Mr. Pang,
or something there. So I don't know how central, yeah,
the clue is in the
go
name.
ahead.
Clue is in the name. Municipal cooperation. You see the cooperation part? Mean them raise some own funds. Carry on, Mr. Pang.
Mr. Ingram no know anything because Mr. Ingram a talk about say we try to shut down local government in the 80s. This government he must say we
Him still
try
not
to shut
giving
down
the
local
example.
government.
Him still not giving an example of that.
Edward Siaga try to disband with local government in the 80s because them find out that the PNP was funneling billions of dollars through the parish council by way of them getting funds and they will call in them bridging them. When you look at 500 people they on one payroll.
What?
See? And also they funnel government money and criminally. And at that then they do a Manchester, one councillor, they da give friend them all kind of friend them and give them one check for go collect this money a bank. And when they get the money, them carry come give me in a cash. $450 million missing out of the Manchester Municipal Corporation under the People's National Criminal Organization. And Mr. Ingram know this to be a fact.
Why am I talking at the comment? What me and Mike can tell
Your
you?
mic, Mr. Ingram, is we are going to drop you, you know.
Really afraid of Travi? Travi, you do the man that.
Afraid that travel like a one puss kitten.
Please, this is me rubbish about freedom people. Come on, stop that rubbish. It is annoying. It is absolutely annoying to come here. And every time I try to speak, the mute. Every time I try to speak, the mic is. It is absolutely rubbish.
It's a conversation, sir.
I was trying. Thank you very much. It's a converse. It is
No,
called.
but your mic is open now.
I learned to respect each other.
Your mic is open.
Good. Back to you now, the engineer. Let me teach you how it goes. In the 80s was an exceptional situation.
I think they deal with it. No. Ingram. Where I say straight up robber. What you're saying is straight up robber and rubbish. That is like blaming an auditor for the act of a thief. Yeah? But I've never heard of anything like that.
So let me take over.
If I run a company and I steal from the company, how can you?
This agenda made by an independent tribunal.
Mr. Ingram.
Yes, John.
Blame me for people working for me. How can you blame me if a worker steals the money? That don't make no sense, and you know it don't make no sense. But go on with your thing.
Decisions are made by a tribunal.
Mr. Ingram, hold on.
By a tribunal.
Hold on, Mr. Ingram. No, let me ask you this. The council elect for the Savlamar South Division, Mr. Ingram, is now having to beg the local government minister to ask the mayor of Savlamar, a PNP mayor, to clean our drains and to clean up our general infrastructure down there. We are suffering from human excrements flowing in the drains. The drains are coming over in the road, and the PNP council elected is having to go over her own mayor's head because the mayor refused to do the work of the people. Mr. Ingram, in your humblest opinion, should that mayor be removed because he's incompetent, Mr. Ingram? Yes or no?
You are not in a position to determine that the mayor is incompetent. It seems as if there's a local matter between a personal situation between an individual, an exceptional between the mayor, serving mayor, and the serving councillor. They're in the same party. So obviously something is definitely wrong there. And we're talking about human being. Human beings tend to come with this personalized situation from time to time, be it JLP or PMP. So in a matter like that, the Minister of Local Government need to step in.
Ingram, so you employ me to work in Ingram and Ingram accounting, Mr. Ingram?
I would never do that.
No, we just give you an example. You would never do it because I would actually come and take over and go and start my own firm and you would come out of business. But anyway, all of that being said, Mr. Ingram, you employ me at Ingram and Ingram accountants and you and I had a falling out. Do you expect me now, Mr. Ingram, not to carry out your client's work because you and I had a falling out? Yes or no?
You're expected to carry out the work of the client, but the fact still remains the buck stop with me.
So should I expect the mayor to grant funding to the councillor even when they are not in talking terms so that the work of the people can be carried out, Mr. Ingram? Yes or no?
Listen, your argument tend to be leading always designed for entrapment, and it won't work with me. What I'm saying to you simply, what you're referring here is an exceptional situation. No, it's a normal situation. It's not normal for a PMP councillor and a PMP mayor. Well, it have to be a PMP mayor having a dispute as it relates to dealing with a particular matter to the local. It's obviously something is definitely wrong there. It's obvious. DUJON, I'm talking to you. Obviously something is wrong there. So it's not a normal situation that something is wrong there.
Let me ask you a question again, Mr. Ingram.
I heard the question.
Dujan, hold on,
I
Dujan, hold
respond
on.
to your
Me
question,
hear the
but something
question,
is
I mean
wrong.
hear the answer. Hold on, me hear the question, I mean hear the
Right,
answer.
Chevy.
And I want to bring to the conversation that the PMP mayor before this one had fallen out with two PMP councillors in this same municipal cooperation. So much so, both of them crossed the floor. Yes, something is definitely wrong at the municipal cooperation in Westmoreland. Yeah? And as a Westmoreland, I have the position to talk and to state that the mayor needs to be removed. And the municipal cooperation in Westmoreland should be audited and investigated. How is it that the people's work is not being done and the ruling members are always fighting? The previous administration is it, and we're seeing it now in the current administration. And a deep investigation needs to be launched into that municipal cooperation.
Done, Chevy.
It's rather ironic and very interesting. While we prescribe a certain measure when we come to another situation, but when the shoes on the other foot, we prescribe something different. And that's why if you know, I maintain fully all the while, criminality is criminality. That's how I argue. So you don't find me discussing PMP or JLP in
Mr.
criminality.
Ingram, when you say the
Criminality is
shoe is on the other
criminality.
foot, Mr. Ingram, when you say the shoe is on the foot, give us an example where a JLP mayor was refusing to help his JLP councillor to carry out work. Give us an example that you know of.
No, the shoes on the other foot is not prescribed, is not attending or referring specifically to a situation where a mayor, because that situation in Westmoreland to which you will describe, I don't have the
Right, it is a
facts.
situation
It's an
where
unusual,
the shoe was
it's
on the other
obviously
foot.
an unusual situation.
Okay,
And
give
in
us
a
an
case
example
like
where the shoe was on the other foot.
that, hold on, because you may see a very important point in the Judan. In a case like that, the minister of local government need to step in.
Why should the minister step in, Mr. Ingram, when you
Because
are...
there's a word I can't call. Anomaly, I can't call it. The word there. There's something that
Anomaly.
thank you very much. It exists there now. So the provision this state that the Ministry of Local Government need to step in there.
So
Because
Mr. Ingram,
hold on. Because the people must be served, you know. The people, the constituents must be served.
so Mr.
Dujan,
Ingram,
Dujan,
while those
let me
persons
ask.
was elected, why should the local government step in? Why those big people, adult people, can't rectify their differences to work towards the aid?
And they can, you know, they can, but they can when an election is called. When an election is called, they will determine that.
No, we
But for the
can't wait
time
so
being,
long.
huh?
John Krevel and take up Savlamar and go jump in and see
No,
before.
no. Provisions
Hold
are
on, hold
there.
on. Am I hearing
Provisions are
correctly?
there. When a case like this occur, the minister, that means that the minister now is walking around telling people how can something and campaigning and the pan stage a campaign. He need to go and do him work. The local government minister, when he put on green shirt, they're about of Ireland. He need to go and do
Hold
him
on,
work.
hold on, hold
What
on,
about
hold
the
on,
persons who are
I'd
elected to
like to
do the
hold
work,
on,
Mr.
hold
Ingram?
on.
hold on, hold on.
I'd like to understand if the local government minister is the one running the municipal corporation. I'd like to know because, to my knowledge, the 15 or 17 investigations is going on where municipal corporations are concerned. The $1 billion fraud that exists in St. Catherine, PMP, municipal corporation. From this investigation, we understand that hundreds of millions is missing from the Westmoreland municipal corporation, close to $1 billion in Hanover, right? So
Girl boss, Julian.
when you're saying that
You give
the local
yourself,
government
Clyde.
minister should step in and
What's
he's
it?
not doing his job, blatant lie,
Hold on, Clyde. Hold
blatant,
on.
blatant lie. You understand me? Because there are investigations going on. I am saying go deeper. That's what I'm saying. Go deeper into these investigations and not just investigate the accounts of the municipal corporation, but investigate the individuals. Because, like I've stated before, the issue is with the individuals. The people's work is not being done. So much so that a PMP councillor run to the news to say that my PMP mayor is not allowing the work of the people to be carried out. It says that something is fundamentally wrong. And you cannot blame the administration for that because guess what? The local government authorities has their own mandate given to them by the constituents.
Travis, may I ask him another question? Mr. Ingram, I want to answer this honestly, Mr. Ingram. Now, when you have a elected official, saying a gentleman, referring to one of his councillors, saying or one of the councillors he as a deputy is responsible for, as referring to her as the lady and the Chinese girl. What kind of rhetoric is that for an elected official to be uttering out of his mouth, Mr. Ingram? Do you not see anything wrong with that sentiment, Mr. Ingram?
Dujan, you're perfectly correct. Officials should never refer to people with those derogatory comments. You're perfectly right. And we see it happening once too often. You're perfectly right. I like that at that point.
And it is always the PNP who is perpetuating.
We need to stop it. We need to stop referring to each other with those derogatory comments. I endorse what you said 100%, Dujan. And let us keep that conversation right there.
No, we're going to move on from that. Let me ask you again.
I try this smart, Dujan. You see what I try do? You might come and try
All right, Dujan. All right, Dujan.
I try to come big down, earlier than down. Move from your son.
All right, Dujan.
Go back to you know, Dujan. Dujan, he can't find you before you one instant for any jam, anyone out of the 49 ever call any PNP official, so you know, he can't find that one. So I don't know why you want to stick to this.
Check about on the laugh now.
Hey,
Check about on the laugh now.
We'll laugh for them, but
rest of the face, man, laugh.
We're going to deal with the municipal cooperation. That's where the conversation is at. We have to deal with the municipal cooperation.
Yes, we have to deal with the municipal.
Especially in light of the fact that the people's work is not being done. Feces in their local streets get into people's skins, get onto people's skin. This is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. And we have to deal with that. The people of Jamaica must understand that they need to elect officials based on the merit of their service, not on party lines.
But all you have said just now, you repeat what I have
Mr.
said.
Ingram, you claim to say you come out here and give respect. And now I'm talking and you're cutting me off. And you know me I go mute you. So why do you challenge me? You know me I go mute you. Why do you do it?
You're just being disingenuous.
You like being muted, I see. I see you like being muted. You know me I go mute you. You're sure. Just like you should say the sun is going to shine. You know me I go mute you. So don't try. Just relax.
Continue muting.
The people's work is not being done, right?
Continue muting, man.
We cannot continue.
Continue muting.
Elect officials on the merit of party lines. And party lines. We're not going to do it.
Mr. Ingram, relax now, allow him to talk, and then
the people of Westmoreland is suffering right now, and they have been suffering because of this phenomenon. You understand? Like I said, in the previous local government administration, a matter of fact, 3 PNP councillors step away from their party, and 2 went the entire length of changing, crossing the floor, and joining the opposition party in the municipal cooperation. You understand me? They left, in plain words, they left the PNP to become JLP councillors. And when they ran the election, they were re-elected because these are people who really work for the people and was standing up for the people's work. That's why they were elected, even though they ran a different ticket, because the work must be done. It's people's lives we're talking about, right? We have children coming home from school after the showers, and we know how children are. Them are going to play in the rainwater. But the situation that we face is that feces, dead animal, carcasses are lying in the drains. This is a problem looming. Diseases and infections is almost inevitable in situations like these, and the people's work is not being done. And we want to come out here and play politics and play billion game, and just to have some amount of credibility, some amount of decorum. You can't do it, Mr. Ingram. You cannot speak the truth even when the facts is right before you.
Now, me ask him, Travi.
But
Mr. Ingram, my background picture is a drain in Savlamar, Mr. Ingram. That is, it's called willow arrow, but we call it wheel arrow. See, then our Westmoreland, we use the arrow them are growing at that for build kites and fly kites, Mr. Ingram. Is it acceptable for a mayor to be in post now, Mr. Ingram, and have not cleaned this drain in over a year, Mr. Ingram? Is that acceptable, yes or no?
Dujon, all that I've said, you've got to be repeating what I'm saying.
We not here, so we ask them. So we ask
it's an abnormal situation that exists there that you guys are describing. And the Minister of Local Government must act.
What happened to the people who have been elected, Mr. Ingram?
The people who have, hold on.
People that who have been elected to look after the people, Mr. Ingram. What happened to them?
Dujon.
can I say something, please?
Dujon, hold on, Mr. Ingram, pause. Hold on, Deborah. Dujon, he keeps saying that the local government minister should act. I want you to tell us in plain words, no uncertain words, what do you want the minister to do? Tell us in plain words. Unmute your mic and tell us exactly.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Ingram. We want the local government minister to do.
If you mute it one more time, I'm not gonna unlock it. Trust me, because you're just annoying. If the mayor refused to do his job, the mayor is answerable to the Minister of Local Government.
That's
what
not
way?
true.
You're pointing out several instances. You're pointing out several instances
What way,
that the
Mr.
mayor
Ingram?
is
Tell
not
us how-
doing his work.
No.
Tell us how the local
You're
government
pointing
minister-
out.
Me want to go, you know.
Mr. Ingram.
No.
Dujon,
Before that,
Dujon,
before- no,
you're
before
pointing
that,
out
before that,
that
before
the
that.
mayor is
No, before that, let me
refusing to
get
do
the
his
setup
job.
question.
Who the mayor is
No, let me get the
answerable to.
setup.
Come on, man.
No, let me
Don't-
get the setup
don't be-
question
don't be
first.
warped, man.
All right. Ingram, my question first, before you go into that. Do you believe in the independence of local government and the enshrinement of local government in the Jamaican Constitution?
100%.
Are you sure you believe in that?
100%.
All right. So in such a system, what would happen in this case if you have a municipality doing what they're doing and you have an independent local government system? What because you calling for the minister to act goes against a belief in the independence of local government.
You tell us what the alternative is, DJ.
No, are you
No,
what the
sir,
alternative is.
sir. Your suggestion goes against the independence of local
It does
government.
not. It does not.
So no, boss.
The
You
local
cannot say you
government,
believe in local government.
is answerable to
Big man,
the minister.
If local government is to be independent, you cannot have central government having the ability to come in and take over.
I'm talking absolute. I'm not discussing takeover. I am not discussing.
Then me
All right.
mind.
So the,
Thanks.
all right.
Then me mind.
No.
I am not discussing
No,
takeover.
Chavi.
That night.
No, Chavi, you cannot
Yield to me
do
this
that,
time.
Chavi.
That night. Yield
I
to
am
me.
not.
Yield to me.
I am not discussing takeover.
That night. Yield to me this time.
And the
Ingram, calm
engineer.
down. Let me say this. That night. Let me say this. The engineer, hold on.
The engineer.
When Cian Barneswell was told that the mayorship in Clarendon cannot change by not just the minister, but by the mayor, which he serves under, did he stop his actions of disturbing the meetings?
In mute. Am I turn now? Or just ask my question?
Go ahead that night.
Okay. So this idea where Mr. Ingram come with say the local government minister can fire mayor. That is not true. The local government have them own mandate. They were elected by the people. They were not selected. So, Mr. Ingram, need to understand that. You
He
need to
understand that
understand.
he just a try to mix up the people.
They
That's what
might try to
Ingram.
muddy up the water. The idea where you think a minister can just barge in and just move me out of the way. No, go so, Mr. Ingram. Him keep saying if the local refuse to act. No, Mr. Ingram. How must the minister act? How must the minister act then? He must say the minister for act. This is what I'm saying to you, my brother. There's no such thing as the minister to act. The only on extreme circumstances where the local government are going a bankruptcy, then the central government can step in and help. They cannot go in and just take over. There's no such thing, there's no such word, Mr. Ingram, where that's possible.
Yield to me that night. Yield to me.
Go ahead, yes,
Mr.
sir.
Ingram, open up your mic, Mr. Ingram. May I hear a reason now, Mr. Ingram? Open up your mic. Mr. Ingram?
Go ahead, Lujon.
All right. So, I want to explain to us now and the entire Jamaica. In what way or how should Minister Mackenzie act in rectifying the problem in Savlamar? Go ahead, tell us.
Thank you for the opportunity. And I'm simply going to repeat myself. If the mayor who is in charge of the municipality in Westmoreland, and the mayor who is also, and the councillor who is also a member of the same party, and there's obviously something serious happening there, and your allegation is that the mayor refused to give the councillor the funds to do his or her work, and that is continuing perpetually. I'm asking all the person in the panel now and the entire person in the boundary of my voice, who else should act? Tell me.
Let me go
It
first.
must be the local government minister.
Let me go first.
The local government minister is in charge of local government.
Let me
And
answer.
if there's something happening in local government that is outside the ambit of the mayor, and the mayor refuses to act, the next person must be the local government minister. That's a basic procedure.
Yield, Mr. Ingram, we hear you. Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead, Dan.
Mr. Ingram, I understand where you go with this. We say, okay, there's a crisis, so central government must step in. But I understand what you're saying. But it don't work like that, Mr. Ingram. The crisis, ultimately, are the people, them, are the boss. Are the people, them have to vote them out.
Hold on, Clyde.
Very good point.
Hold on.
Guys, you know, make the place on.
Go ahead, Clyde.
You say, me tell you something. You say Ingram, this check or no? You say, I'm telling you, Prime Minister.
This check, man. We are bread.
This check, man. If you take him off on the line.
No, man. What will I reason, man? What will I reason?
That's what I'm saying now. He said that anytime he's soon attack something positive to the future, in jumping on the line. I saw him stay.
No, man, I really line up there, man.
My work, you know. My work,
PNP now nothing for alpha, you see?
Clive, you're right, you know, Clive, you're right. You're right about that.
I said, this man come all the while, come on in the labor right fat farm, man, come distract the people all the while.
Yeah, man, you're right. He don't play that game. He don't play that game. But the problem is with the information, and we can handle these conversations. That is the truth. We are equipped with the information, and we can handle these conversations. And what happened? He's not getting anywhere. His argument is not getting any traction because he's now made to look like you know what comes next. You understand me respectfully?
I know Emmanuel,
Ingram,
out there believe
Ingram,
that the same way.
Ingram, what blue they set you is the solution, is the real solution to the problem, big man. If you believe in an independent,
what did he say?
No, Ingram, let me finish. Remember, say me, oh man, I can make a point in 30 seconds and you get a chance to talk.
What did he say?
No. He said it's the people who have to rectify that situation, not the local, not the minister, not the minister of local government. And if you believe, by the way, in the independence of local government, you wouldn't be talking the way that you're talking. Is it? Because the whole idea is to move away from a minister of local government who can intervene, who can take over, who can correct. No, boss. And that's how the thing work. Zin? Similarly, you go back to what we said before. Municipalities are responsible when money get thief up out of the thing. So everything where you say you contradict yourself straight up. Go on top, Chavi.
Should I respond?
I'll say to you, engineer. I'll say to you, engineer, that this is in direct contrast to different stance or another stance held by Ingram and Co. Because when it comes down to Portmore, they fight for the independence of the municipal cooperation. When it comes down to Westmoreland, here we have Ingram flip flopping like the leader does, and everybody say from the head of the stream dirty, down at the bottom of the problem. And I listen so they can tell with that from the head of the stream is dirty, down at the bottom of the message. So we understand how Golden being a flip flopper, you can't expect any difference from Ingram. And there's a the PMP Orange Rovers. When it comes down to Portmore, I repeat, they put up a valiant fight, stating, oh, it's against the constitution. The mayor was elected, he's the only mayor that was elected directly by the people. And the local government minister coming in and turning Portmore into a parish is a total disservice to the people. Ingram, nothing. But here he is today, taking away all blame and all authority from the mayor in Westmoreland.
Mayor of Savlamar. Savlamar is not the mayor of Westmoreland. Delancee is the mayor of Savlamar.
But this is what. But this is. Let me just say something. This is what. It just show how them people think. Whenever there's a problem, blame the Labour Party. Whenever everything go well, praise the PNP. I saw them people think. And them can't
Justice make a suggestion there. Justice make a suggestion. The core of council can request a mayoral review for improper conduct.
Yeah, then all of them down in a PNP virgin. And that now nothing to do with the that's still now nothing to do with the minister.
You know how the mayor can do
It's interesting to ask. The engineer suggests.
Hold on. Can you refuse to answer question? Let me tell you how the mayor can do it. The municipal cooperation must come with a no confidence within the municipal cooperation. That's how the mayor can do it. Calling at the local government minister is disingenuous by you and just trying to deflect blame from them, their authority, to put it on Ingram. It's wrong, Mr. Ingram. And it's just quite frankly ludicrous.
It is important. It sounds like in a note. And a point of order. It is very important to understand what the position is right now. There's a stalemate. There's a purported stalemate suggested by you guys at the Westmoreland Parish Council. The sitting mayor who is PMP and the councillor who is PMP are not communicating and work are not being done. There's a stalemate there right now. The engineer is saying that the only people can act is the election. We don't have an election right now. We don't have an election.
No.
So what is the next move?
No.
We don't have election.
Ingram, the first thing that can be done is by having a no confidence vote against the mayor. If that particular councillor has the support of the other councillors,
you're not accepting what your colleague. You're not accepting what your colleague said.
No, I knew that
you're
all
changing
along.
position to what you said.
I knew that all along. But I have already assumed that this mayor is doing that because he already has the support of most of the councillors or at least most of the councillors on his side in the council. That's what's going on. He has their support. So the only option that councillor has is for it to go to a local government election and put it to the people.
Engineer, the very same phenomena that we're talking about, that I brought up on your expounding, it almost happened in the last administration. And the three councillors walk away from their party. Two of them voted to have him removed and jump onto the JLP bandwagon, and the third refused and gave him support. And that's what kept Bertelmore from being kicked out of the municipal cooperation agreement. That is no guessing, that is not a made-up story, it is the fact of the situation.
I don't understand why I'm being accused.
Ingram, it sounds like you don't know the laws of the country.
which I don't need to know the law.
You
It's
can't
a
talk
basic,
politics.
it's a
You can't
basic
talk politics if you don't know
it's
the
a
laws.
basic organizational structure dictation. In any sphere, there must be an organizational structure.
Yes, you know, let me
There must be a structure in place, and the structure
let me
in
the
place
floor, John.
in Jamaica right now is that
Mr.
the
Ingram.
minister is in charge of local government.
Mr. Ingram, let me ask Mr. Ingram something. Good morning to my beautiful mother-in-law. Good morning, mommy. Now, Mr. Ingram, a mayor was elected mayor and a councillor elected councillor on both sides of the divide, Mr. Ingram. Why is it that the mayor, can't be a leader enough to do what is right by the people, regardless of whatever wranglings he has with the councillor, Mr. Ingram?
Very good question, Duan.
Why should it take the local government minister to step into something like that? Why can't the mayor just do his job? He's elected to do that job. Why can't he do his job?
Very good question, Dujon. But there's a problem there. There's a problem there, Dujon, and it needs to be resolved. And the election is not called right now. And they're not moving no confidence motion. So what next?
So Graham, under any
what next?
Reform of I want to ask a question. So then, under any reform of local government, in your opinion, you believe the minister of local government should remain, and such a person should still have the power to step in and take over council, correct?
All right, let me remind you, the local government reform is not.
Yes, I know. It's a yes or no.
It is not yet in place.
It's a yes or no.
It is not yet in place. The system to which you refer is not yet in place. So don't ask about it.
I must ask this too. Mr. Ingram has said for the situation to resolve
that in any reform of local government.
I want to know.
Do you agree? Do you believe a minute? No, wait, no, guys. Two we can't talk at the same time. So, Graham, all me ask is this: is it your position then that in any reform of local government, whether you're trying to make the municipality independent or not, that it is your opinion that we should still have a minister of local government, and that minister should have the power to step in and take over in case situations like this should happen in the future? Is that your position, boss?
That question don't arise, Dujon. That question is totally irrelevant and unfounded.
The engineer, let me say this. If that was the case and that could have happened, all PMP councillors that are their JLP mayors of the minister step in. And all JLP councillors that are the PMP mayors just to have the minister to step in. It is a load of fiscal argument that this man is pushing. As a matter of fact, he stated that for it to be resolved, the election must be called. The election which he refers to is the election for central government. Please explain to Jamaica and everyone listening how calling of the general election will resolve a local authority. Please.
I did not refer to calling a general election. I referred to the election to which your colleague mentioned. The engineer was the one who said that the man can only be moved by an election. The engineer said that, and I referred to specifically to what the engineer said about election. I made no reference to general election, so don't misquote me.
Okay. Explain then, Mr. Ingram. Explain then.
Hold on. I need clarity. Which election you refer to, Mr. Ingram? Please.
The engineer said that the only election can change the situation there. That's what the engineer said, and I responded to that specific.
So you're saying that election must be called right now to resolve the issue in the Westmoreland.
That's what the engineer said. That's what the engineer said.
No. I never said an election should be called. No, I never said that.
Who said
I said it can only be fixed by an election.
Thank you. My correction. My correction. It can only be fixed by election. Thank you. My correction. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stop talking foolishness, man. Ciao.
And that's the election I referred to. That's the election argument I referred to. Thank you.
This is crazy. This is absolute. Anyhow, like I stated before, the minister, I've asked you before to talk what the minister should specifically come in and do. You have refused to do that. You haven't told us what you
I
want.
responded
Minister,
specifically to you, sir.
Me
I
have one
responded to
question,
you.
one last
you did
question to
not
Mr.
answer the
Ingram.
question, Mr. Ingram. I
I
asked you.
responded to
Tell
you,
Me
us.
have,
sir. I answered
Tell
your
Mr.
question.
Ingram,
me have one
responding
I
to
last
me is
answered
not
your
asking.
question, sir.
Hold
okay,
on.
hold
Mr.
on now.
Ingram, you know me controlling me. Let me say this to you while you're listening. Responding to what I said and answering the question is two different things. I don't know if you know. What I need from you is not just a response. I need an answer for the question asked.
No one ask him
No,
a
the
question.
question is, what is it that you're suggesting that the local government minister should do? Tell us in plain words what the minister should do. Simple.
Maybe, for example, the minister could go there and call a meeting between both parties to resolve the matter. The matter need a solution.
So,
It can't continue like that.
So hold on.
The
Dujan,
Mr.
give
people
me a
are
Ingram,
time.
not
Mr.
being
Ingram,
last
me don't
served.
question.
talk to you. Mr. Ingram, me don't talk to you. Let me talk to Dujan and hear it. Dujan, you're saying I'm at the local government. He's saying the local government minister should come in and hold a meeting, right? So the many meetings
Yeah,
being held by Mark Holding, by the central executive in that area, can't resolve the issue.
yeah.
So much so that they took to the political platform to chastise Miss Chang publicly, and stating that she gets $400,000 as well as another individual to support doing bars and is not doing it. So a meeting can't fix this to going on into central government politics, and you're saying a meeting with the minister can fix it? Huh. People, Mr.
That's
Ingram just
not
to
your
talk the
position to
talk
take,
sense.
sir. That's not your position to take,
Ask
sir.
me one question. Mr. Ingram, me have one last question for you, Mr. Ingram. So,
Dojan,
me ask, yes, Mr.
Dojan.
Ingram.
Do you accept that there's a problem in Westmoreland right now?
There is a problem,
Thank you.
and it is affecting my people. Now, let me ask you,
Thank you.
Mr. Ingram. While there is a problem, Mr. Ingram, is it fair to my people that a personal issue between mayor and councillor is affecting them? Yes or no?
It is not fair. I said that long ago. I said
Okay.
that long ago. A matter of fact,
Okay.
I used the word that you pronounced for me. I used the word that you pronounced for me. And I said that we must go forward. What is the next move?
While it is not fair, Mr. Ingram, would it be fair to say that the mayor is incompetent and he should be removed? Yes or no?
Dojan, how can you move the mayor now? Tell me.
By way of a no confidence vote, just answer the question yes or no. Is it fair to ask him to step?
Dojan, when you ask me Dojan, my friend Dojan, when you ask me a question, you're not going to dictate how I answer the question, okay? You're not going to do that.
Yes or no question, Mr.
Mr.
Ingram.
Ingram, what
No,
you
when you
always
ask a
sidetrack? Answer
question,
the man
Dojan,
question,
you're not going to
brethren.
dictate
Just answer
how
the
I
question.
answer
Who
the
want talk
question.
to, you know?
Yes or
Who
no
want
question,
talk
Mr.
to?
Ingram. Is it fair to ask the mayor to step aside, Mr. Ingram, because he's purposely not looking after a division of persons down there in Savlamar,
Who
Mr.
want to say
Ingram?
something, Dujan? Who want to say something? Make him answer.
Well,
It
Who
is
want to say
fair
something?
it is fair for the mayor to make his point. You're making a point for the other mayor. If you listen to the mayor side, it's a complete different story. There's always two sides to a story, and another side and the right side.
No side no matter, Mr. Ingram. Me I talk about the people. You hear me talk about no side. Me say, is it fair to the people that the personal wranglings between two persons are affecting them? Is it fair to the people? Yes or no? You said
It is
no.
it is not fair to the people. It is
Okay, so
not
is it
fair to the
no for,
people.
it's fair now for us, the people, to ask the mayor to step aside? He's the one with the responsibility. He's the leader. He should be leading from the front, Mr. Ingram.
And Dojan, I'm a meckle for administrative process. You hear? You're talking to a person who's very familiar with
Yeah, but
administrative process.
you're no good at it. But let me just say this. Let me say this. You see, Mr. Ingram, one thing I got advise you to do, you don't have to take my foolish advice, but I advise you to do this. Take some time and try and understand how government and governance work. Because it's clear to me. It's clear to me. No. Just accept my criticism with the intent that it's meant. And it's honest. It's not a disrespect or anything, Mr. Ingram. It's clear to me that you don't understand the process of governance in this country. And if you did, then you wouldn't talk the way you do. You understand what I say to you?
Let us stop go around and trying to ridicule people. Let us go
I'm
around,
not. I
stop
never
trying to
meant. I
ridicule
didn't
people
mean it in that way, Mr.
and
Ingram.
look
But
at issues. Let us deal
let me
with
say
issues.
this, Mr. Ingram.
Come
Let
on
me
a
say
campaign
this,
like this,
Mr. Ingram. Let me say this, and I'll
discuss
go on.
issues.
So may I tell you, Jojan?
Let me say this, and I'm
Jojan,
done.
so may I
Hey,
tell you
Dujan, I
something?
can
Hold
I
on,
can
hold
ask a
on,
different question altogether.
hold on,
Allow
hold on.
It's a little bit outside
Let
the
me just
topic.
wind up now.
Allow him.
Let me just wind up now, please.
Yeah.
Me never insult Mr. Ingram. But Mr. Ingram, if we're gonna have a discussion or a debate or a conversation, it helps if both
Yeah,
parties
yeah, 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 yeah.
understand. You understand what I say? We have to understand the process. What happening in Westmoreland right now is a perfect example of what going on in the PNP. PNP need to acknowledge their faults. PNP is institutionalized.
What go
What
on
you
where?
want for?
What go on where? What
The
go on where?
PNP is corrupt to its
What
core.
go on where?
PMP is corrupt to its core. And the only way they're going to heal from that, they need to
Hey!
acknowledge it. The
Look here,
corruption in the
Jojan, you must keep
PMP.
up on the time and
Now,
important people want to come to
Clive,
them positive
just
thing, you
hold
know.
on, Clive,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on.
Dujan,
Let me say
Dujan,
this. Let me say this.
I can ask a question a
Engineer,
bit different from this
engineer.
topic.
Allow
Hold
Dark
on,
Knight to finish.
hold on. I'm gonna finish now. Gate. One final thing. I'm done. The only way the PMP can rectify them problem is if them need to sort out them core. No matter who lead the party there, them are gonna always remain corrupt to the core. Always. I'm done.
Go ahead, engineer.
Oh, okay. So Ingram, we already hear your view on this thing. Where you where you say you support local
Morning.
government, but it sounds like you're saying that you still
Yeah,
want a
right.
minister of local government
Yeah,
to
yeah.
intervene when problems. And you also said that
Yeah, me have a word in
even
my
when a
link up.
municipality even when a municipality thief up money. I need to mute them, man. Yeah, you say even when a municipality thief up money, you still are gonna blame central government. Never hear no, but
Don't do
different
that.
question.
Don't
Different
do that,
question.
Ginger. There.
No,
Don't
wait a
do
minute.
that. Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't
what
do
you
that.
say? What you say? What you say?
Ask your question, but don't do that.
I'm asking my question. So here's the
Ask your
next
question,
question.
but don't.
So here,
Listen.
so,
I'm being very, very cooperative in the conversation. I have been looking at both sides, and I've been very transparent in the conversation. Don't do that. You're asking
and
a
I've been
question.
very,
You're asking a question pertaining to the new act about local government, which
and
is
I've been
not yet in
very
force.
fair in
So
how I've
your question
summarized the
is
discussion so far.
premature. Your
Nobody will
question is
disagree with what I've said.
premature and
But
irrelevant.
anyway, Ingram, we're asking. Ingram. Mhm. Anyway, Ingram, you hearing me?
Loud and clear. Or me sound like somebody was lecturing you.
Beautiful. Me sure.
You,
No,
Ingram,
no,
you
no,
did
no,
blame
no. I'm just
central
listening.
government for the missing funds at municipal corporation. You did.
No,
Don't say
Travi,
that
just
he
give me a sec.
didn't.
Let me
You
just
did.
ask this question. Travi, let me just ask this. So we're not even going to get into your local government thing where if a municipality steals money, you still go and blame central government. Not even going to get into that because that's laughable. But my question is this: recently,
Who said that? Who said
at
that?
the last meeting,
Who said that? Who said that?
it sounded like that you did say. Everybody heard it. Yo. You said the buck stops with central government. So even in a case where monies go missing at the municipality level, you still blame central government. Wasn't that your comment?
The
Yeah,
engineer,
man.
make your
That is
question,
man.
make your point because we
That
know
is
that
man.
that's what he
So
said.
let me go
We
on
know
now.
that that's what
So
he said. So
recently
make
in
your point.
Parliament. So recently in Parliament, Malawi Fort was able to bring video evidence to show absolutely to show in a to show without any sort of doubt that Mark Golden had, I think it was when in 2023 or 2022, said that he believed that the move to us becoming a republic should go forward, even though he recognized that there are differences regarding the CCJ, that we should now move to a republic because we agree on that. We should move forward with the matters that we agree on. However, after the CRC report was submitted was about to be submitted last year, Mark Golding came back to the Jamaican public and he said that there can be no move to a republic unless there's also a movement from the Privy Council and towards CCJ. Now, don't you think that this position is a clear flip-flop on the part of the leader of the opposition? The question asks.
The engineer, you and your party has no moral authority to go anywhere and speak about flip-flop. It's disgraceful. I don't think you should raise that.
You're going to answer the question. Are you going to answer the question? Don't you believe that this position...
You and your party
yeah.
no moral
answer the
authority
question.
To raise the question
Okay, we hear that. But it's me talking. It's me talk. It's me. No. I'm the one who's asking the question, not the GLP.
And that's respond to your question.
It's me. The pan this live. I ask you a question.
And that's the response to your question. You have no moral authority to come here and question my leader about flip-flop. You have no moral authority.
Mr. Ingram.
All right, Mr. Ingram, what am you? I hear this.
I'm going to ask you a question,
Even
Mr.
though, one another, John, even though, according to you, the JLP has no moral authority to question Mark Golding doing flip-flop. Let's say in a theoretical world which you seem to live, that is so. Does that negate the fact that Mark Golding is disingenuous in the very actions mentioned by the engineer? The question is to you.
So,
as expected, no answer. As expected.
So I've noticed that Comrade the Diego, whenever he comes in my comment section and I send him my invite, he no longer comes on the program because the Diego cannot he cannot operate at our level of intelligence, it would seem. So he's always running. But let me just ask Mr. Ingram this question. Mr. Ingram, unmute yourself, Mr. Ingram.
Yo, the question who Ingram can answer.
I'll unmute for you, the engineer. I'll mute for you.
He accidentally mute Mr. Ingram.
I'll unmute for you, man. Go ahead.
What are the duties of a mayor in your summarization, Mr. Ingram? Tell us in your own words, what is the duty of a mayor?
I'm not hearing the question, Dujon.
What is the duty of a mayor? Tell us in your opinion, what is the duty of a mayor, Mr. Ingram?
I think the basic duty of a mayor is to chair the municipality and is the administrator of the affairs of the municipality. In municipality also have a CEO. So I think the mayor speak to the dictates of the political directorate and affairs of the municipality.
That is the duty of a PNP mayor, Mr. Ingram. But a mayor in general is to represent the public. The public, Mr. Ingram. See? And to consider
my understanding that the councillors represent, and he's also a councillor, so he represents his constituency.
I'm telling you what the function of a mayor is officially, Mr. Ingram, is to represent the public and to consider the well-being and the interests of the municipality. The municipality is the people, you know, Mr. Ingram. It's not the municipal corporation, you know.
I think that's what I said, basically.
So, the PNP mayors seems to only think about party first, it would seem.
Dujon, you really agree with that fast. You really agree with Ingram.
And that is Mr. Ingram.
Hey, guys, Dujon.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Hey, Dujon, I have to run and tell you some things, but I want to say morning and big up to all I man them. Respect, Dujon, nice platform.
Yeah, respect the engineer.
Good morning, pleasant good morning, everyone.
Yeah, man, morning.
Wagwan, Dujon.
Morning.
It's been a while. It's been a while. I haven't been seeing you doing a live platform for quite some times.
I
Or
kind of do over YouTube in the evening, then my boss. Cause you know, his space kind of get a little bit toxic and labor right there now live good in my house.
Is he accepting the facts of life?
okay, what facts, Mr. Ingram? Mr. Ingram.
What's up?
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Bridget.
Here's the thing about facts. Facts does not come with weight or pressure. Facts is reality. Facts is things that you don't need to cipher through to pick a side or to be defensive about. Facts is reality. It is something that is logical for everyone to see. Understand? I was speaking with a gentleman 2 nights ago. He promised me one pighead as he's a pig farmer. He said he can give me a pighead for free. I tell him that even though he's giving me one, because I asked him to sell me like a pighead, and he said he can give me a pighead. So the fact that he's giving me one, I'm purchasing 2 from him. So I'm expecting to get 3 pighead today. And he said to me that in my constituency, which is Trelawney, he's been traveling there for years and he haven't seen any changes or any difference. You understand? And this is one of the reasons that moved me from actually participating as a People's National Party personnel to move over to the JLP body. You understand?
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
It is not unfortunate, sir. It is unfortunate for the People's National Party. It is not unfortunate for me, sir. And let me explain to you why it's not unfortunate for me. My father met my mother on a PNP campaign trail. My father is in America right now, and my mother is still here. They both are PNP.
It's in their genes.
My grandparents are PNP. But what PNP stood for when I was a child and when I was younger, it's not what PNP stands for now, sir. Understand? PNP is very, very out of place. They're very low on standard. They're very low on morals. Understand? And it will take a true Jamaican, it will take a honest person to actually look at reality and see it as a fact and not debate about it.
We're talking about politicians here, right?
We're talking about politics here.
Thank you.
And in my constituency, right, I've seen things that the People's National Party neglect from doing over the years. I've seen a JLP caretaker, a late JLP caretaker, came in, made a move which would benefit the people of my constituency and the People's National Party, which I was a PNP during that time. You understand? I just recently became a JLP because, trust me, I did not have any regards for Mr. Andrew Holness. But the things that PNP choose to say or do these days, they have no moral compass, they have no respect, and they have no remorse, as in to say that, you know what, we're preaching a bag of lies to the people. We're putting forward a lot of lies to the people of Jamaica. And people of Jamaica are traveling. It's not like once upon a time where you have to wait on a confidence bus or a Tata bus. And if that passes, you have to sleep over till tomorrow, where that bus only make one trip from this dimension to the other dimension for the day. We have various means of travel these days.
You're preaching to the converted, boy. You're preaching to the converted.
People are traveling. So people know what Jamaica looks like. People have seen the progress of the Jamaica Labour
Come on, do your
Party
thing, man.
for the past 5 to 6 years, possibly the past 9 years. You understand? We have experienced it.
What
I'm
you have
not
used,
saying
what you used, sorry to do, but what you
I'm
used to clarification, what you used
I'm
to
not
identify the progress.
I'm not saying that there could not I'm not saying that more could not be done, you know. Understand? But they are doing
Explain some of
fairly
the things
well.
I'm going to say to him now. Explain some of the things I'm going to say to him. I look like Mr. Ingram now, you know. Right.
Growth growth per capita, our
No, what I
GDP.
ask, no, the question, what you used to identify the progress. That's the question I asked, you know.
What do you mean by what I use?
What
In
are
what
the
form?
indicators you use to identify the progress?
Sir, I
Yeah, I'm
travel
gonna step
across
in now. Hold
Jamaica.
on, brother. Hold on, brother. I want to step in. Mr. Ingram, this is your argument. I'm not going to repeat it to you. You do not dictate for a person answer the question asked. I don't want you to be repeating and cutting off the gentleman when he's giving his answer to the question asked. Thank you.
Yes. What I use as in like common sense or the fact that I am a mature person to see right from wrong or to actually
World Bank said Jamaica is an example.
or to personally see that the things that have been done in Jamaica in regards to roads, in regards to development, in regards to wages, in regards to crime rate going down, in regards to um, unemployment rate going down. You understand? In regards to the economy, in regards to agriculture, in regards to health, in regards to municipal community being built in St. Thomas, in regards to maintaining things that were in the pipeline, as what the PNP would say, where JLP technically come and open the pipeline and flood the floodgate. Are you asking me to actually beat some more in your head, Mr. Ingram?
Uh, yes,
I know.
I asked you to tell me the indicators that you use to determine growth. Because you list some items,
That,
and
Mr. Ingram.
I regard certain issues as basic day-to-day functions of government.
Stop
So,
right there.
Okay,
I got a
Stop
question.
but
right there,
those
brother.
were.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Hold on,
Hold on,
brother.
people,
Yeah.
hold on. But those
Right,
are
right.
basic things that the government must be doing. I'm right on that, Mr. Ingram, right? So why, for the past 20 years before Mr. Andrew Holness, why wasn't it basic things for the government to be doing? I'm a patriot to my country, Mr. Ingram, not to PNP, not to
Hold
JLP.
on, hold on, hold on. Make it, hold on. Make it answer the question there. Why wasn't it that basic function for the PNP to be doing 20 years of government? You knew yourself.
Now he can see that it's a basic thing for the government to be doing. Yes, it is. I agree with you. But wasn't it a basic thing for the previous government to be doing, Mr. Ingram? Mr. Ingram,
Can I say something?
if Mr. Ingram would answer that question.
And mute yourself now, Mr. Ingram. Mr. Ingram, Mr. Ingram love go like if I pick this up that.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
All right, good morning.
Dojan, monitor your program better. It cannot be that this junk. It's annoying. It's irrelevant. It's a waste of time.
But Mr.
You
Ingram,
can't
when
just
we
come on the
speak, so
program
Mr.
and all
Ingram,
you can do is mute,
but
mute.
Mr. Ingram, when we ask if
Every
he
time I venture to speak is mute. The man was speaking and I see clarification. I see one issue of clarification. My mic is closed. That's absolute rubbish.
but
The
Mr.
man was
Ingram,
speaking and I
what is
see
rubbish, Ingram?
clarification. I asked the gentleman, what are the indicators he used to determine growth?
But
And
Ingram, I
my
would
mic
like
is
to ask
mute.
you, what is the indicators why the IMF is short? It's putting praise on Jamaica last night. What is them indicators? Just tell us them indicators. Why the IMF? And that will answer the question.
When I heard the
Ingram, just answer the
commentation,
question, man.
I'm
Tell us what
answering you,
indicators.
listen. I'm answering you, listen.
Okay.
When I heard the comment by the World Bank about Jamaica and the indicators and what he recommended other countries should follow, I immediately reminded all that this trajectory that the Jamaica is on in terms of debt management is one that is supported 100% by the People's National Party. That's my first comment.
No, sir. Stop
Come
again.
on. You can
Ingram,
support
if
thing.
you
Ingram,
manage yourself better,
hold on a
me not
minute.
have to
Ingram.
manage you. Mark
Ingram, you
rule
can
say the
support
data
thing,
pay don't too
That
fast.
was my first comment.
Can I say something?
No, Goldie say the
Please.
data pay don't too fast. Stop pay the debt.
Ingram,
So what
all
you
you're
say?
saying, what you said to me is just a joking. And we just say absolute rubbish. Because at the end of the day, paying down debt or say you align with the debt management system where I go on. But doing it is a different thing, innit? And remember, this government build the economy with resilience. And one of the things where IMF talk about is available, is it can absorb shock. Just like what going from COVID-19 and just what going in the burial. The government could have bounced back. Back in the days when we are youth, we born in the 80s. Anything will go on in Jamaica like that, we country suffer for the next 2 years.
You seem to be a young man.
Yeah, I'm born in
Can I say
Do
something,
some
when we were
research
at
please?
and
school,
see.
I want to say
Ingram.
Do some
something.
research and see who walk away from the IMF.
Can I say something?
Stop telling me about walk away, Ingram.
Showski, hold on, Showski. We're not gonna deviate into what he wants to talk about.
Can I say something?
Evan, take a chance. Yeah, beg
All
there.
right.
Take
Yeah, what may I say?
Evan.
Because, Dojan big, may I big up yourself, Dojan. Rate your thing, may I tell you the truth, and, you could have been my son. But, we can't tell you if you run a program. But what I want to say anything, you see Mr. Ingram now, I'm going to say this. Mr. Ingram coming like Satan himself, because him go from program to program to destroy the labor right. He's like a private investigator. Because how you against, how Mr. Abe, how this man against labor rights or anything, and they say, boy, labor right now no moral. I mean, I expect you to come on labor right platform and anything. It's like
Let me tell you something, Devon. Devon,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. You see when time I dismiss him, I don't deal with him. I don't make him win. You see when we back him up and now we show him up to Jamaica, nobody in the right mind now. Now take Mr. Ingram serious.
All right, sir. Me I hear the man ask him some question. Come even they listen about the IMF thing, and this man he just come like him can't say boy Andrew Wellness are going well. Cause in a history, I first we hear these things. And it costs because of Andrew Wellness, and this man try to come put in PNP. What PNP do for the country? It's like you're talking to a baby we born other day when you know nothing about PNP.
Hold on, Devon. Me have some projected data for give me Ingram.
I would suggest you do some research on
him up to blows and skirts.
I would suggest you do some research.
We bring back 2 o'clock and Showski, the new man them for the program. So run your data, Dujan, and then we give back 2 o'clock and 2 o'clock and then Showski to continue.
Yeah, man. So run some data by you, Mr. Ingram.
Mr. Dujan, just a second, please. Mr. Ingram had asked me a question and I had made my statement clear to him in regards to, yes, those are basic things that the government should be doing and maintaining. And I asked him if that was not the case since the beginning of government in Jamaica, or for the past 5 terms that the PNP was in house. Wasn't that the case, Mr. Ingram?
Yes, sir.
You did not. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm sure you know that the case, the basic case has been properly monitored by this Andrew Wellness-led government. I'm not going to say JLP because JLP and PNP back in the 90s and back in the 80s and back in them time and for part of 2000. has been very unprofessional, very, very out of place. Understand? Yes.
Pause, let me give me data, and then you can carry on.
Mr. Dujan, they know the data, Mr. Dujan, they know the data. They know the data better than you and I.
And Mr. Ingram, my data I go find them. Me just give it, but my people them I go hear data.
You have to continue beat them with it, man.
So Mr. Ingram,
no.
Hold on, man. Mr. Ingram, for this year, see, the World Bank is forecasting Jamaica to have 2% real GDP growth. See, our purchasing power, Mr. Ingram, is at US $34.78 billion, Mr. Ingram. Inflation is also estimated to remain in the 5% range, Mr. Ingram. And projected, so we're going to have another fall in a debt to GDP. This year again, Mr. Ingram, it is now at 68. The World Bank is forecasting that this year Jamaica will go down from 68% to 64.6%. Unemployment is also forecast to fall again to 4.2%. What you say, Mr. Ingram? Is that not real good news for Jamaica, Mr. Ingram?
You're saying those are projected indicators by the IMF, right?
Every time we project, we end up with better result than this.
No, hold on. What you read just now are projected indicators by the IMF, right?
Yes, Mr. Ingram.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you very much. That means that whichever administration is the government, those will be the projection, right?
That's the going up on top tax.
You do that? That means whoever formed the administration, those are the projected figures, right?
Incorrect. But it would
has to be incorrect
on this government.
Dujan, all right. Let me ask the question a different way. Those are projected figures, right?
Well, I may hear the question. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Dujan?
Yes, those are the projected figures.
Yes, Mr.
Thank you, Dujan. Thank you very much.
Going in the direction that we're going, those are the projected figures.
Projected.
If we have a change of direction, then the projection is different. Why are you trying to make a big old deal out of simple something? When you focus on what is real and stop me like
Dujan, may I have something to say now?
Massive close.
Ingram.
Hey.
You see, between the whole 18 and a half year when PG them run Jamaica and PNP party run Jamaica, you know, so Jamaica GDP per capita didn't grow about by 2,000. When PG took over Jamaica, it was about 2,000 odd US dollars per person to GDP per capita. Right now it's 7,000. So between the 9 years, the government gained over 2,500 per GDP per capita per each person throughout the whole 18 year in PNP administration. So when you talk about growth, just look at that.
Are you suggesting that the present administration has grown the economy more than it was growing?
But listen, hold on, Dujan, you put it sit down in front of your laptop now. If you look at the GDP per capita in 2016, it was 3,000. It was about 5,000 US dollars.
I'm asking you a question. I'm seeking.
So if you grow from 5,000 to 7,000, you must grow.
I'm seeking clarification to what you said.
Yes, mate. Within the 9 years.
Are you saying that the Jamaican economy has grown above the level of growth when this administration took it over? Are you saying that?
The level of growth that has been going on within the 9 years.
This government.
Yes. It way outweigh the 18 and a half years throughout that time there. If you check it by GDP per capita of person.
100% correct. 100%.
That is not my own view, Ingram. If your laptop, pull it up now. I see that. And if you Google now, GDP per capita.
Let me help you. Let me help you.
I like you.
And I said that, because me hear Mark Golden talk about GDP per capita last night. I mean,
Hear me now, Showski. In 2016, and Andrew Holness came to power. Jamaica's GDP stand at just over $411 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That is total value. In the last fiscal year, it stood at 1.38 trillion.
Not take no dunce we calculate that and see 3 times the economy of them time there.
So from 2016 till now, 3 times. We never argued him.
Come on, man.
That's why you
Come
see a
on, man.
$3,000 jump.
Ingram know that say, yo, throughout for all of our time growing up, we not have no money in capital expenditure. Everything we're building in Jamaica throughout that is a gift come to Jamaica.
And if you don't believe me, go to my page, you'll see Mark Rowling presenting data that reflects the same thing I just said.
Gentle people, I am going to ask a question. And I'm going to ask it first to the laborites in the group, even who in the comment. Right? If we were at a state in Jamaica where our present Prime Minister wasn't JLP and he was doing all the things that Mr. Andrew Holness is doing, which means he's doing fairly well, and an election is coming, right? Would you be willing to cast a vote for the People's National Party?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jamaica's growth everything. Yes, sir. Run out front and center. See there, travel me. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jamaica first. I choose Jamaica. Jamaica's growth me a deal with. That's why we invest time in doing this.
Okay. Mr. Ingram.
We can't go my business that we need to take care of.
Mr. Ingram. Mr. Ingram. If by any chance, right, you come to a realization or choose to be honest to yourself, Mr. Ingram, because you got to be true to yourself. And when you are true to yourself, you will do the things that are necessary. Are you saying to me, Mr. Ingram, that the position that Jamaica is in right now under this Andrew Holness led JLP, right, isn't vast much better than the previous administration for the 18 years they served?
First and foremost, sir, I resent your insinuation or sarcastic gestures about I not being true to myself. I've lived a life of truth, sir. At 68, I have lived a life of truth. I live it for my children and my family.
Okay.
So I resent any.
I got a question for Ingram now.
I resent any sarcastic
Dujan, I have a
and
question for
derogatory
Ingram.
gestures on your part, sir. I don't know you. I don't know you. I have never spoken to you before, and I will never to descend to where you go referring to you, sir. I wouldn't do that because I don't know you.
No, wait, Mr. Ingram talk. But Mr. Ingram, I must
Ingram.
Mr. Ingram.
Okay.
Mr. Ingram will be voting for the Jamaica Labour Party at the next election. I have managed to convert Mr. Ingram, you know. And Mr. Ingram has come on this program and shouted show labor rights in recent
Wake up, Dujan, wake up, Dujan, wake up.
Mr. Ingram.
Wake up, Dujan.
Hold on.
Mr. Ingram. Hold on, man. Wait. Let me just finish, man. Mr. Ingram, I by no means made any suggestion of disrespect to you in any form, and this is not my first time talking to you on this very same platform. So you don't have to tell me your age, because in cases, ages are numbers. So you don't have to tell me your age.
I did not want to tell you my age, sir. I said I resented the sarcastic gestures you utter. I didn't want to tell my age.
I was not being sarcastic, sir. I was not being sarcastic. I am being real. I'm being polite. I am being real. I'm being genuine. I'm asking you, would you look aside from the fact that you have been a PNP all of your life and see the good in an Andrew Holness led JLP or a Mark Golding led JLP? Not Mark Golding. Mark Golding is garbage. Find somebody else.
Him.
Any PNP who could have run this country in this format
Him. Tola.
would, as a JLP, would you support the Jamaica Labour Party?
I am absolutely and unapologetically opposed to the affairs of this administration. It's the worst I've seen it. It's a disgrace.
Man, come
What is
off, I
happening to Jamaica
fucking
today.
sit down and go and go to
Yo,
business,
listen to
man,
him
and start
talk. Listen
talking
to that try
fuckery
to
and
Do that.
everything. I want to
Yo,
know them.
hold on there. Mr. Ingram.
Don't do that. Don't do
Mr.
that.
Ingram.
This
Yo,
man that
Tola.
come from, man.
Go run
Don't
some
do
Tola.
that. Don't do that. Don't get so
Go run
upset,
some
brother.
mute. Go run some mute now. Come now. Be able to say, you have one now. Though Mr. Ingram calls us to descend in chaos, we know that he does not live a life of truth. He will lie and say anything to prop up his party because that is the nature of a PNP. You
Yeah.
understand me? So no, whatever he says, lie because it is
Man, go
all
and bust some
Okay,
business
hold on
down.
now. Mr. Ingram.
Me
You
just said
say you're
Mr.
68-year-old. Hold on
Mr.
there,
Ingram
John.
remove himself. I don't nobody remove him. I mean,
Mr.
never
Ingram
see
say I'm a
moderators.
Go on, man.
68-year-old. You
That
know.
the man are no real,
I
brother.
don't want to ask him a question, you know, because I know they must have benefit from the government
Man,
policy,
no
you know,
real, brother.
if he
He's
worked for
not a real
government
man.
before, you know.
My man
He
I
must
help mash up Jamaica.
get sold up on him house for $1.5 million free of cost for the government of Jamaica. Benefit
Man,
a
my
lot from
man
the
have
government of
sink
Jamaica.
Jamaica,
Shout
brother.
it, and them a wicked serpent that benefit the most from government, you know.
Let me
You're
tell
right,
you,
but
man.
we ain't saying you're right,
Okay.
both we ain't saying this that
So
dinosaur that
this man of a
Anyway,
compound program,
anyway,
brother.
in the
anyway,
mind, brother, don't get angry about when he talking rubbish. Don't, because he never said that. It's absolutely shambolic the way the country is being run. When the IMF, Mr. Ingram, you're bigger than the IMF. You're more qualified to speak on the affairs of this country than the IMF and the World Bank. The
And with the
level
funny
of the
phone.
rule that
That's
we
what
put
Mr.
to this
Ingram telling you.
elected
The center will catch him in a
Yeah.
bind and he realize he can't get out in jail up in run gun. But
Me have
anyway,
to
guys,
run,
my
man.
in the live now.